Hello, welcome back to Snowrunner. We are Kincade County, Kentucky, and we are going to continue working on future farming buildings. It's a long mission. It's been a long slog. Hey, Mr. Joe, how you doing? And we're going to see how far we get tonight. Tuesdays and Thursdays again is Snowrunner days. The rest of the week is dedicated for roadcraft, as of right now. So, that said, again, welcome in. I'm your host, HeadX, and we are going to see what kind of trouble we can get into. Let's start with some concrete slabs. In order to get those concrete slabs to here. Yes, concrete slabs. Quite the hike. I just really wish it was easier to get through here. I could use some road crafting in here and just build a bridge, but that is just not going to happen that way. We're going to have to come a long way around. Again, all the way around the block. I'm not sure. Got crane on there. Even if I double stack, I'm only going to get 6 of them. We'll try it. What's the worst that can happen, right? Famous last words that should never be uttered in Snowrunner. Oof. That one. I don't know what I would did to do with that. Type 3. Oh no, this was the pain in the neck route that I took before. I think we're going to try going up this way. Probably somewhere over here. Weave our way through the rock. We'll try something like that. Sam over here getting into trouble without trying to get into trouble. Walking past the table with his toy and knocking stuff off of it. Oh, that's way up there. Of course, there's 2 of those, one right behind the other. Now that we got that done, let's go back in here and clear that road. Come on, get up that hill. Ain't that steep? I think here. Yes, I can go around the outer edge of that. Kind of seems like it's getting dark on us. May have to be changing the time of day here in a minute too. Why does it always seem like every time I start out it's getting dark right in the beginning? Before we get in the water, we'll bring the time of day back around. Not real sure if I want to try double stacking or not, just because steepness of the hills. We've seen how it pushed this thing down the hill before with the not even sure what I had in there, concrete blocks or whatever I had on it. It just kind of shoved me right down that hill. But if I go the long way around like this, I won't be taking that particular hill. Or do we get the other cargo containers? Got one and one. I think we'll do that first. I'm going to wipe them off the list. And maybe we'll swap vehicles after. Go to something a little more fuel efficient and a little more able to handle the stuff. Why am I on Snowrunner? Tuesdays and Thursdays are my Snowrunner days. We will be back on Roadcraft tomorrow, and then again on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Tomorrow on Roadcraft, we will be starting the map of Sojourn. What am I asking my device? I am playing on a PlayStation 5. Oof. Hello, Chester. Guys, I would imagine Chester's kind of looking forward to me finishing this map, because after we finish this one, before we move on to anything else SnowRunner related, I'm going to showcase one of Chester's maps that finally made it to release on PlayStation. Going fast, 115 subs. Yeah, that's more than I expected to be at this point, I'll tell you. And again, it's all thanks to you guys. I appreciate every one of you. Through the repair hub. Yeah, community's enjoying a lot of road. Absolutely they are. Roadcraft is a very highly addictive game, but I'm trying not to burn myself out on it by playing nothing but that. You know, if I throw the variety in, makes it a little more enjoyable for not just myself, but I think other people enjoy having a little bit of variety in the channel. I could be wrong. You guys tell me. If you guys would prefer that I just stick with just Roadcraft for now, I can do that. Or if you like having a couple days a week of SnowRunner, we can leave it as it is. Ooh, that's something that works. But we are going to swing into the fuel station up here. We buy the concrete plate. Top off. You know, I've got 67 gallons on the trailer, but try not to use that if I don't have to. I have vibes of succeeding. Do I have vibes of succeeding? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. It's already progressed a lot further at this point than what I would have expected. Can I use the Mac Terra Pro with this stream? I do not have the Mac truck currently. There's one DLC I haven't bought yet. I'd buy my DLCs as they go on sale. So I'm kind of waiting on that one to come down in price a little bit. Kenworth P880, the 880 will not survive this map. Unfortunately, this is not the typical Snowrunner map. Yeah, it's a beautiful looking truck. It just not for this map. Here I am hitting the circle button for a parking brake, and it needs to be R1. C500? C500 does okay. I can probably pull that out for a little bit. Maybe we'll make one of the trips for concrete with it. Cause I'll be coming back up here a couple more times getting concrete slabs. .963 or the Mag Defense. We'll see, we can mix them up. For some reason, most DLCs aren't that incredible. Yeah, I think a lot of the DLC trucks, when they first come out with them, they're way underpowered for what they should be. And, you know, which is another reason why I don't like to buy them when they first come out with the DLC. Because they're just so underpowered right off the beginning. But if you wait a little bit, then they do an update to them and price come down in price. The defense got you going in British Columbia because in the second map, hang on a second. You bought the Terra Pro and you used the defense to push you through the mud. Hey Adam, how you doing? Again, I tried to hit the brake and I hit the wrong button. I hit the circle button. I keep mixing up what one's the brake between Roadcraft and Snowrunner. Then I look down at my phone to read chat. Well, we all just seen how that worked out. You doing good? I'm great, Adam. Today was one of those days at work that was kind of a slow day, yet a busy day. Wow, we gotta find something, hopefully, to winch to. Absolutely nothing useful. Something in the back of the trailer. That's probably going to pull out. That's not going to be very useful either. Play Snowrunner on the OG Xbox, and it works good except maps in season 7 and 13. Ah. I'm not quite sure why I can't get up this hill. I've only driven this truck up here the last time I came after these things. It was in this truck. Not sure why she's struggling now. And lags on those maps. Could be because there's so much going on. Come on, you drag your happy butt up this hill. I think I love Mike's maps. They're really good. If I had one piece of advice, I would say maybe don't have you going back and forth to the same locations where you got to take the same route over and over again. Like, you know, the large numbers, like 10 concrete slabs, well, even a 6-slot truck, you're only going to get 3 on there per shot. So you're still stuck taking 4 trips. Unless you're double stacking, but then with the hills that he has on his maps, double stacking is a good chance that you're going to lose all your stuff. So I'd say maybe not as much cargo per job, you know, that's coming from the same area. The maps themselves are beautiful. I have to mention them thoughts to him next time we're on stream together or that he's in chat. Who knows, he may pop in yet tonight. He's a over-the-road truck driver, so schedules can be extremely varied. I know this for a fact because I used to be an over-the-road truck driver. Now, I only did it for a couple of years, but based off of whatever load you get, you definitely have to be willing to change your schedule around. Come on, you. There. Oh, threw itself at the trailer. You know, and like, even though these containers are in a different spot than concrete is, it's the same route. All right, that's that button. That button. We're going to do oversized first. Load that. And the cargo container. And we may as well refuel while we're sitting here. And then we'll top everything back off at the gas station on the way back. Ooh, ow. He's nice to my truck. The plant, even an all-wheel drive on smoother and not so steep roads, gets pretty good fuel mileage. But when you're constantly up and down steep hills, not so much. We've already burned up 5 gallons of fuel, and we ain't even close to getting back to the main road yet. Well, the main trail. Path. 2-track. Because Road is a very loose term on one of Mike's maps. A while back, I don't know if I did any videos of it or not, autumn in New York. You know, MJ Haggis did some. That is a map that is definitely not for the faint of heart. You are constantly in and out of the swamps. Mostly in. If I remember right, I had dragged it back into this rocks. Pretty sure. Or I just brute force it through there. There we go. Really long trailer to be making that turn with. That's another thing. See, if I wasn't using a 6-slot trailer, like if this was back before they came out with the 6 slots, think how many trips I would have to be making in order to do this. I don't know if it's starting to get dark again or if it's just because of the rain, because this map is kind of hard to tell. And it rains a lot. Mike likes this rain. Hey, Sergey, how you doing? You good? Glad to hear it. Me? I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain. Good day at work. Good day, good time playing with the dog after work a little bit. And now we got some good time with the Snowrunner. Hey, think I can take those in and turn them in and get some concrete slabs out of them? That'll be worth a couple. I keep our descent under control. Especially here where I got to go off to the side a little bit. No, I think it might actually honestly be getting dark. Just send it. Did that on a few of these hills around here. Oof. Let's check the time of day here real quick. 6 a.m. Good time of day. Circle is not my brake. But we all know what push button I'm going to push tomorrow for the brake, don't we? It'll be the R1 button all day. Keeps me on my toes, I guess. Come on. Not that button. That button. think I can. I think I can. You know, a map is a challenge and it makes the plan struggle. Here we go. A little wet. Well, the first time I drove through here, I'm not even sure what made me decide this might have been a good idea. Snorkel high. Yeah, snorkels are up there pretty good. Well, once we get these delivered, all that'll be left on this task will be the 10 concrete slabs. We'll have to see the request for some of the Kenworths, what I were to try. I would say most likely the one that would, two that would possibly make it. The C500 or what is it, the 963 or whatever it is, the real old one. That one's got an awful long chassis on it. We'll probably go with the C500 to try out, but we'll have to see, make sure I got the money to outfit it properly. DLC 500. Yeah, it's one of the Kenworths. I think it was a DLC. Yeah, DLC Kenny. Come on. Get her up there. Not necessarily words, not necessarily sure if it'll have enough fuel to get us all the way from point A to point B. Can't remember what it's like on fuel mileage and all. There we go. The Firefly's coming out. Kind of strange because it should be about midday now. It's got storm clouds out there. The road ish, not like right into the rocks. Definitely not into the trees. Good driving skills? Well, thanks, Chester. Lots of practice. Lots of practice. Both in real life and in the many hours of Snowrunner playing. And that may not have been enough minis. Come on. We're definitely on the struggle bus on this mission. Oh, that's why. I have to top the fuel off here real quick. But I will do it from the roof rack. If I'm changing trucks, I don't want to pull it out of the trailer. Refuel. Roof rack. Alright. Attachment. There's the old Phoenix. Did an okay job, but I don't know. Who's best suited as a fuel carrier? Alright, only thing left is the 10 concrete slabs. Swing this around and get it back out on the road. Just go all the way around this guy? Probably not. What in the world? I don't know how that caused me damage. Well, if they say so. Alright, let's see how well she does getting up here without a trailer on. I mean, I'm not going to screw around trying to climb this hill very long. We're just going back to the garage at the top of the hill. If it doesn't make it, we'll just recover. Come on. Come on. Well, she did okay getting up there empty. Ooh, that's a stump. That was just evil. Try to go around the rocks, and there's a stump in the road. Alright, sorry, yeah, I'm going to need you to get the stump grinder out and take care of that. On it. That's what I'm waiting for a modder to do, is come up with a combination between the two. Alright, truck storage. C500 we're looking for. Sure there's one in here somewhere. See, the 963 is just way too long of a chassis. There we go. There's our C500. What do we got for funding? Okay, I got plenty of money. That's right, I sold all them trucks. Ah, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted to do. Oh. You kind of, when the stats are all the same, you're pretty much just looking for tires that you like the look of. I like those ones. But let's get rid of these highways. Circle. Gotta have it. Frame add-ons. Start with the obvious, the high saddle. Screen. Roof rack. Yeah, safety cage is kind of decoration and not necessary. That pulls the crane off. Front bumper. Okay, colors. Let's go with that one. All right. We'll see what we got. This has got a pretty long chassis too, but not nearly as long as the 963. That's just how steep this thing is. Doesn't matter what you're doing, you're sailing down this hill. Sizzle your brakes right off. All right. Let the fun begin. That's the bad thing about this is the way that front bumper is designed. It does like to dig in. There's no race suspension in it. We'll leave the all-wheel drive off as long as possible. Hey, Dan. How are things? Things are good. Things are exciting. We're mixing up the trucks that we're using a little bit here and there. Got the old C500 out. That might be a bit steep on a turn there. Let's go this way a little bit around. Okay. Just finished convoying with some dudes on ATS, little Mexican mountains. I got to reset the chat on my phone. It decided to stop working properly. There we go. Oh, this time in the dark, huh? Your arms are tired? Well, yeah, that steering wheel you got, that thing's jerking your arms all over the place, I imagine. just a smidge too long to be making some of these turns. We gotta get made. Only a 4 wheelbase. Using some through its belt system. Some of the dudes 18 wheelbases turned up full. Yeah, Tim, if I ever manage to get a PC, we'll have to hook up for some ATS. I'd enjoy driving that with you. They're on the right drive, too, so it don't lose any. Oh, yeah. This will be a good part of the testing right here. Seeing how it does going through the lake. I think we're hitting our struggle bus. I end up having to swap her out for the King of OP. Through America in a Mastodon. Yeah, that'd be fun just flying across the states. I remember I always kind of like finding the little truck driving games that you could drive on PC. Of course, back in the day when I had one before, they didn't have something like ATS or ETS. You know, they were a little more cheesy, but they were still okay. You know, I think you showed me the Mastodon and the ATS before. Question though, what brand of truck you gonna be driving? Well, so far I've only really, outside civilian truck wise, I have only driven a Freightliner or a Kenworth. I'm not sure. I would probably have to think about that. There it is. convert you to a Pete guy. Don't worry. I like the looks of the Pete's, but I think if I was going to do a Pete, it would have to be an older model. I think. But I think from what I've seen and talked to about with other truck drivers and stuff, is that the newer Peterbilts just are not all that the old ones used to be. They just don't have it. But again, that's just what I've had drivers tell me. I can't really say for sure myself because I've never driven any. $379, $389, and $362 cab over are what you usually drive. All right. Got a W900 mod. Never really use it. I think what I'm going to have to do after I get this over there and get her loaded is see if I can't find a better way back without going all the way around. Now I'm high centered on this rock. Looks stunning, but just tips way too easy. That's on realistic profile. You're trying to drive as real as the game allows. Yeah. Where you made some changes? I don't know if you did or not. So the last time you showed it to me was about a month ago. hop out of the stream and send a few pics. All right, sounds good, man. Well, considering all I got are off-road tires and no mud, we're doing pretty good. Got a USB truck shifter. Got your screen wall mounted finally. Added some lights to the back of the screen. Cool. Lights go whatever color the truck you're driving. Oh, well, that's sweet. I mean, I gotta say, I had my Delta 500 would get us here, but so far, so good. Shifter's got a range splitter on it. Oh, that's sweet. That makes it feel more like you're actually out there driving. Took you a couple of days to figure out floating gears, if you're pretty decent at it. Downshifts are the hardest. Well, if the game's fairly realistic, when you downshift, I mean, you don't want to be granny shifted. You want to shift, throw it into neutral, bring your RPMs up, and then downshift, push the clutch in, and drop the back down into the next lower gear. Cargo management. We want concrete slabs. Fill her up. Just the way she was struggling though, I'm not going to try overload. And like I said, we're going to let's bring it around, top off the fuel, and then I'm gonna bring the Power Scout out to see if there's a better route. Just sits in neutral till the reds match. If you just tie them. But you do hear the grind. Go. All right. I'm still bound and determined that there's got to be a good route across here somehow. You know, even if you're stuck staying on this side and then cutting over, but I got to find through this water. So that's going to require, we're going to bring the Kikimora to experiment with that. All right. I mean, of course, the first thing I do is run all these cable wires, trash my suspension. Probably pre-warn me, most of the good mods are paid. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. We're going to take this route around, I think. Not super expensive. Well, that's good, anyway. Most expensive we got was 80 US dollars. Well, I might consider that to be a little on the expensive side. I mean, for me, that's like 3 hours worth of work. Technically 4, because by the time they take taxes out of those first 3. Alright, let's plot us a route here real quick. The route that I want to take, I want to come over here, cross the bridge, looking out for the tree stump, cut through the fuel station, cross to here, and we want to come up and try to find a way across here. I'm hoping maybe along the edge here. That's what we're looking at for our experiment. But you get trailers, custom yard mods, the truck, a wheel pack, and access to Discord, where there's a bunch of extras for the trucks and trailers. Oh. That's just a rotten place to put it. Like that. Who does that? Trailers are $20 to buy separately, and you get 3 or 4. The yards are $10 to $20 each. With a bundle for what you get, it's not overly expensive. Yeah, I can see that. That'll make you alter your course a little bit. At least with the C500, it wasn't such a big deal for a Kiki board, but C500 is not climbing over top of that. However, it could go a long back behind the scenes. Might struggle a bit through here. They stay up on the high stuff though. Still seems pretty solid there, as long as you're not in the water. Magical stand-up trees. So far this direction doesn't seem super bad. A little rocky through there, but not too bad. You definitely can't come up this way. Dangerous water level sign there. But a doable crossing. Again, let's this one right. Kind of deep. Kind of deep. Get by. Yeah, I can't really get by on that side though. To be fair, some ATS modders don't mind sharing the mods with friends to drive with. Others do. I guess we just don't need the ones who don't. Or who do? Yeah, the ones who do mind. Yeah, I knew what you meant. I just don't see the C500 making it. That's pretty neat. Not sure if my snorkel stick up high enough on it or not. See, and you want to try going this way around, but I tried hitting this bank the other day and just rolled the truck. There's no other way down that bank. Now, you can get up right here and cut back over to the road. But it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. That might be worth a try, though. See, now, if there was a quick way to come back down from this side, that'd be great. But you can't really get through down here low. And again, there's no good way to get through there. Alright, I'm going to leave the Kiki more there. Back to the C500 and see what we get. Enjoying roadcraft? I'm loving some roadcraft. So, let's start out in the morning. Yeah, we'll see if we can get the C500 to drag this trailer up that hill. Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm on every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are in the evenings like this is. And then Saturday and Sunday, well, it'd be evening for you, I think, Joe, but for me, it's like around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time that I start. I go pretty much till about 8 or 8:30. So, good 6.5 hour stream. Quarter to 1 in the morning here. Yeah, it's 7:45 here. Yeah, $5. Did finally manage a couple weeks ago to get on a stream with MJ. I had a day where I didn't have to work, and of course, for me, I had to be up at 3 a.m. in order to hook up with him on the stream. So I didn't mind. I had fun. I had all day to sleep afterwards if I wanted. Not that I did. I got done streaming with him, went on and streamed with David Grey Wolf, and then after that I did my own stream for the rest of the day. So I pretty much streamed all day long. Used to go 4 a.m. to go drifting with your Aussie buddies. That's nice. Zing rated my stream Saturday. Watch out for the train track. Those will tear suspension. And while I'm here, let me turn the engine off on the Kincade one. Of course, I'll probably be starting it right back up as a rescue truck. Oh, it makes it look so close when the arrows show up. Only there wasn't a mountain between here and there. Oh, come on. Now what are you stuck at? Way up and right behind this building here. If I can get to the building. Oh, can't use that point. Well, why would you grab something down there? You stupid thing. Off the bed? Alright. We'll talk to you later, Tam. You have a good evening. Ah, that button. That button. that's the way up. Just don't know if she'll make it. Of course, it grabs one right next to me instead of grabbing the one up above me. Come on, get up there, you. Why are you not even trying? No? Do we get the truck up the hill or do we pull the tree out of the ground? Anybody taking any bets? So far we get nothing. A tree will go. Truck will stay. Doing this inch by inch. Yeah, let's blow the horn and scare some birds real quick. See, but I don't like using that because it's got me right on the stump. Back up here. Ain't nothing hooking up on it. Now I'm caught in the tree. I'm gonna have to send it backwards. Alright, well, I'm going to have to see if I can maybe find a route over the backside of the mountain then. Well, there is another way if I take the long way around. I think I can still get up that route that I was trying to take. But it is definitely the long way around. Well, the whole full-time disc lock thing is kind of pointless if it doesn't actually work. Really? Stupid DII boxes is hit. Get up over there. Yeah, winch point to wedge point. This is definitely, I don't know which would have been worse. Going the other way through all the water, or the spike that I got going on here. Here. There. Really? Had to look to make sure I wasn't running out of fuel because low on fuel, it ain't gonna do you any good to keep trying. Come on, get up. Nope. Another fine mess you've gotten us into, Ollie. Okay. Come on, this advanced winch ain't very advanced. Come on. Well, now it's the trailer digging. Alright, I got an idea. Good idea, bad idea? I don't know, but it's an idea. I'm gonna try giving it a nudge. It'll just be attaching to the trailer. It won't really do me any good. There we go. Well, that got the front of the trailer over it. If I get the nose of the truck off the tree. Okay. Now let's see what we can get here. That would have been. Well, you're over the trailer hooked on now. There's nothing that it could be hooked on. It's somehow hooked on that tree. Try the push trick again. As soon as I hit the right button. Well, that definitely ain't gonna work because we're not lined up behind it anymore. Time of day. Don't like when it starts getting dark when I got stuff going on. God, what in the world? We're going to have to do it this way so that I can try to see what it's hooked up on. Looks like absolutely nothing. Nothing at all that should be stopping it. That little patch room. I read. I don't think it's fucking because it's just going to give me the tail. Okay. Yeah, that did me any good. Okay, now let me kill my engine here real fast. I can't kill my engine real fast. Yeah, I can. Perfect. Break set. We're good. I still didn't set it up. All right. So I know there's no good way straight down, or really up and over. So what I'm thinking I want to do, back to my original plan, will require the steep right-hand turn and then come up and over. Oh, refuel. Yeah, that way is definitely not the way to go. Come on. Forward. Yep, we see it now. How's your stream going? Well, Brian, the stream's going good. The climb up the hill, not so much. What? Alright, looks like we're gonna have to go get my shover. Get up there. Okay, shoved it right into that tree. Okay. Now, let me fix the time of day again. We get a nice bright morning. Now, we just gotta drag the back of the trailer around. Fortunately, there's enough tree stumps out here, I should be able to do it. Jeez. Yep, definitely don't go that way. Because now it's got to go down that steep slope. Play this game again. Yeah, C500, not the truck to use. See, the Kenworths just, they're good trucks, but they're not built for these maps. Again, if you're still watching, now you know. All right, let's get us our photo here. Go to photo mode for a reason this time. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Free cam. There we go. All right, let's get these first 3 delivered. And of course it shoved the egg forward into it. Not even on a steep hill. Yeah. Knew that was coming. Takes the back into the trailer, hooks on the other side of the guardrail. Yeah, these are definitely not the trailers to use on this map. Alright, let's try this shirt then. It won't let me hook onto the front of the trailer? Or because I was underneath it. No, it just won't give you that for a winch point. You stupid thing. That's not going to attack. Hey, that one did. We might actually get these delivered today. Another problem with this is it sits too low. Because that trailer's going to catch on everything. Can't get the camera in the right angle. Well, I guess I'm going down the main road because I couldn't make the turn because the camera was screwing with me. Oh yeah. There we go. Push me down. That's one way to go down the hill. I mean, you know, when you have stuff like that happen in a game, you got one of two things you can do. You can laugh at it, or you can get mad at it. One way you're going to have fun, the other way you're not. I myself prefer to have fun. Oh, wouldn't you know, the telephone pole's not going to be a viable winch point. Or both, yeah. There's the both for an option, but again, you're not really going to have much fun if you're getting all ticked off. Alright, come on, you. You should be moving. That's what it is, the nose digging in. Or not. Alright. Kenworth, not the option. It will not be used for the next one. Really? Let's see if that moved it over enough. Alright. Cargo manage. 1, 2, 3. Alright guys, with that, we're going to call that an episode. It's 8:39 here. I got to start getting ready for bed for work in the morning. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see, hit that like button. If you really like what you see, feel free to share, comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you know when I go live. And until then, we will see you next time.